Oh, hello there. Scott S.D. Weiss here on the CWPA Network, Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Glad to be back on the CWPA Network and with spectators in the stands, something we did not have in the winter 2021 men's season. Our first game of the day features, in the dark caps, the host number 15th ranked Bucknell Bison, and in the white caps, the 20th ranked Fordham Rams in Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference action, the Bucknell Invitational. The Bison, two-time defending MAWPC champs, currently 3-5 on the season under John McBride, while the visiting Rams of the Bronx, New York, 4-3 on the season under Brian Bacharach. Fordham in winter of 2021 managed just one game due to coronavirus protocols involving Fordham University, and that was a win over Iona. That was it. Could not continue the season. There are a lot of officials in this tournament. The head official is Val Vasiljakov, joined by Igor Murnenko, Mike Knowlton, Mike Schofield, a former Navy head coach, Andre Nice, and Alex Stankiewicz. Here in varsity, we have 4 8-minute quarters, and if we're tied up after the fourth quarter, we would have 2 3-minute sessions. If we still need a winner, we would have sudden death, next goal wins. Bucknell is on a 3-game losing streak. Hasn't dropped 4 in a row since October of 2017. However, one thing of concern for the Bison right now, they are prone to allowing double figures per game. In fact, have allowed 10 or more goals in 9 straight games. Bucknell hasn't played here since March of this year in the winter 2021 season. It was an 11-3 win over now defunct program LaSalle in the MAWPC championship game. You'll be seeing a few transfers from LaSalle throughout this tournament, including Kayahi Horan, now on Mount St. Mary's. Bucknell has a few players to watch. Josh Yardley, who has 25 goals in the season. Also be careful of Andu Vlashino, and reigning MAWPC not only player of the year, but reigning rookie of the year, Doruk Ozer, the sophomore from Istanbul, Turkey. So you see there are spectators here, something the Rams and Bison have not seen here at Bucknell in a couple of years. So it is nice to have fan feedback. Bucknell in the dark caps and Fordham in the white. Fordham in white will be swimming left to right. Bucknell in dark, right to left. Adrian Tuzel in the cage for Bucknell. Barry Amaro has the honors for Bacharach's Fordham Rams. Bucknell wins the opening tip. Bison will be on attack. Bucknell last season fell in the NCAA quarterfinals by 9 goals to host USC. Season before, won an opening round game by a goal over Harvard. Though for these teams have faced Harvard this season. Fordham getting a 10-8 win over the Crimson, the Bison falling to Harvard. Takes a shot, and O'Mara with the stop. Now Fordham on the attack, heading left to right here in the first quarter. Now from the left flat, Egbeater motion, will now take it to the right side. Thinking about it, will fire and connect. It's 1-0. Fordham. Good start for the Rams. Bucknell 48-4 all-time against Fordham. So the Rams would love to change that. Demetrius Kukias credited with the goal for Fordham. You might also hear George Nicolau, who is the reigning MAWPC Rookie of the Week. Now Bucknell would like to get off the schneid. Under 10 on the shot clock. That is blocked in the field. Shot clock will reset for the Bison. Now we'll take it to the right side with the left hand. Now another dry pass. Takes a few fakes. Not pulling the trigger yet for Bucknell. Thinking about it. Deflected, and it gets past O'Mara. That's a goal for number 21, Hassan Mogatai, a freshman from Istanbul. Makes it 1-1, Bucknell and Fordham. Sometimes you get the lucky bounce, and the ball bounced in favor of Bucknell that time. A couple minutes into the contest. Here in the Bucknell Invitational. Fordham scored first by Kukias. Mogatai had the equalizer. It was blocked at the hole. Tuzo will have it back with the outlet now. Inside 6 meters. A little far in the one position. And will be a turnover. The Rams of Fordham take it back. Now Fordham, now the right side, blocked out of play. Should be a 2-meter corner for Fordham. And that was a wicked block. However, there seemed to be a stall, so Tuzo will take it back for Bucknell, as we're about 5 or so minutes away in the first quarter of action. 1-1, Bucknell in dark, Fordham in white. Lost the handle. Recovered by the Bison. Fordham gets the block on its own. Now Bailey O'Mara will take over. Bucknell was 4-2 in the abbreviated winter 2021 season. Had been the top seed of the MAWPC tournament. Only played 1 game due to seeding, availability of the venues, and also the number of teams that could play in the tournament. Kinney hosted the winter 2021 MAWPC championship, could only have 3 teams participate due to coronavirus protocols. Skip shot, taken with the right hand by O'Mara. Past the halfway point of the first quarter, still 1-0. Bucknell able to stop another run by Fordham. Right now, Bucknell 4 shots compared to 3 by the Rams. How about that? It's now 2-1. Bison. Doric Ozer, his first of the game with 3:47 to go. In the first quarter, Ozer last season's Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year. And he's showing why with that sequence. Substitutions are made for both teams. Also got to be wary of Hans Dosek, who missed a shot for Fordham not too long ago. And 2-1 right now, Bucknell in the lead as Fordham on the attack. Will take the shot off the twine. Will be a reset at 27 seconds on the shot clock. Inching ahead for Fordham. In the hole, and a 5-meter will be awarded to Fordham. We'll have to see who the penalty was on. It was on Hassan Mogatai, his first, and the shot is connected. George Papanikolaou, the reigning MAWPC Rookie of the Week, makes it 2-2 with that successful shot from 5 meters. So Fordham draws even. Here in the first quarter, under 3 minutes to play. Papanikolaou now has 18 goals on the season. We'll have our first exclusion of the game, as Bucknell will be on the 6-on-5 for 20 seconds. In the red right now. Lost the handle, we'll pass it back. Will fire, and beautifully executed to the right side to make it 3-2. That's a goal for number 3. Jack Lewis, the senior from Wilton, Connecticut, brings Bucknell ahead 3-2. Andu Vlashino with the assist. Vlashino enters the day with 89 career goals. Though this weekend he could surpass 100. Fordham now on the attack with 15 on the shot clock past mid-pool. Bucknell right now stymieing the Rams offense. Got to take a shot. Skips it out of play. So goal throw for Tuzo. That was wide left for Bucknell. Sailed wide by Vlashino. Fordham now with 17 on the shot clock. Fordham able to get back on it. Another goal for Kukias. The draw even. 3-3 with 1:22 to go in the first quarter. So far, goal apiece for Jack Lewis, Ozer, and Mulgate. For Bucknell, for the 20th ranked Fordham Rams, 2 for Demetrius Kukias, and 1 for Papanikolaou. Fordham has conceded 10 or more goals in 3 straight games. Went 1 and 2 in those instances. Fordham would like to continue the offense here. And that's a laser to the back of the net. Nicely done for Nacho Urdist, the sophomore from Madrid, Spain. His first to make it 4-3 in favor of the Fordham Rams. So 1 goal lead. Fordham. Here in varsity action. Lost the handle to the right flat. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. 4-3, Fordham in white. Largest lead for any team, 1. Looks like Bucknell didn't know where it was going. We'll stay with the Bison though, heading right to left in the dark caps. Will be thrown out of play. Shot clock needed to be reset. Seconds remaining here. Actually, the last goal for Fordham credited to Gabriel Malillo. Spotlight was on Nacho Urdist. This is according to the Fosh.net. Bucknell will have it back. Fordham has a game against Mercyhurst at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. The Rams have already handled the Lakers in action this season. A 25-5 win over the Lakers on September 5th during the Bruno Classic. Mercyhurst having a tough summer. Summer about to end in a few days. Their head coach, Curtis Robinette, fortunately lost his battle to cancer on August 14th. Yesterday was the memorial for late coach Robinette. So Zarko Zadidovic is the head coach of Mercyhurst now. And the Lakers are 0-5, trying to get that first win. There is a long delay. 4-3 Fordham. 19 seconds remaining. Here in the first quarter. Fordham able to succumb to urge Bucknell to succumb to pressure. Fordham looking to extend the lead. Shot clock under 10 seconds left in the first. 3 out of play. Tuzo will just hang on and look for one last shot. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. Back and forth we have gone. Number 20 Fordham has the 1-goal lead in the Whitecaps over the hosts, as we have a couple minutes to breathe before we return to the Bucknell Invitational.
Cap 7 is a small company that started out of the back of our garages, and we were doing clinics and camps around the country. We pride ourselves as a company with Cap 7 and Turbo to sponsor as much and give back to the sport as much as we can. Last year we gave over $250,000 back to the sport, and all our products are built by water polo players and for water polo players.
It's your #1 video source for everything water polo, the CWPA YouTube channel. Check out Tip of the Week series, CWPA Remote series, Game of the Week, and more. Visit youtube.com and search CWPA Water Polo, to check out the CWPA YouTube channel. We're about to start the second quarter of play here in MAWPC East action. It's number 20 Fordham in white 4 and number 15 Bucknell in dark 3 here at Kinney Natatorium in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. In terms of first quarter shots, Bucknell had 7 compared to 6 for Fordham. Each team had exclusion apiece. Bucknell 1 of 1 on the power play. Score is 4-3. In favor of Fordham. So Fordham taking on Mercyhurst later today. Also taking on Wagner and Mount St. Mary's tomorrow. Bucknell playing Wagner later this afternoon. And then tomorrow, the host Bison toe-to-toe with St. Francis Brooklyn and Salem. Bucknell has already defeated Salem once this season, 15-10 on September 5th at the Navy Open. Speaking of Navy, the Midshipmen slated to host this season's MAWPC Championship Tournament if the circumstances permit in November. To be exact, November 19th to 21st in Annapolis, Maryland. Now Bucknell going to have a lot of conference action to come ahead, taking on Wagner later today as well. Tomorrow, 2 non-conference games, and then for the rest of the season, all but 4 games are conference. Fordham wins the tip to start the second quarter, heading left to right and white. So 20 now on the shot clock. 4-3 Rams. And Fordham continuing the momentum. So goal for number 3. Kukias, he's got a few to make it 5-3 now in favor of Fordham. 2-goal lead for the visiting Rams. We're sorry if we have any misidentified scorers, but the score is 5-3. Josh Yardley hasn't made noise yet. The Bison would like to hear from him, and it was partially blocked and secured by Bailey O'Mara. Now the Rams out in front. And Fordham now starting to pull away. It's number 8, Papa Nicolau, flexing his muscle to make it 6-3, Fordham in white over Bucknell. A 3-goal lead for Fordham. Again, Bucknell does not lose too many regular season conference games. Now, the last time they lost the regular season conference game here at Kinney Natatorium was to Fordham a couple of years ago by a couple of goals. This is not an easy place to play if you're a visitor. The two-time reigning MAWPC champs in trouble. A couple minutes into the second quarter. Be an ordinary foul on Bucknell. Now way outside 6 meters. Will pull through, pull forward. Another ordinary foul on Bucknell. 2 on the shot clock. We'll dunk it off to the corner to avoid the shot clock violation. Now the Bison trying their luck. And O'Mara has easy pickings. Both of these teams have faced their fair share of ranked opponents. They are both ranked. And it's Papa Nicolau with another shot and score. John McBride forced to use a timeout for Bucknell. And it is a run. 4-0 run now. Plus for Fordham with 5:41 to go. Here in the first half, 7-3 is the score. Make sure you visit cap7.com to find the gear you need to take your game to the next level. Cap7 is the premier water polo provider specializing in all your water polo needs. Cap7 is a proud sponsor of the CWPA network. Four in the first, 3 in the second. For Fordham, 3 in the first, none so far in the second for Bucknell. Bison with goals from Lewis, Mogatai, and Ozer. A handful of cast members have scored for the Rams, including George Papanikolaou, who's got a couple, so does Kukias. We're now 9 shots for Fordham, 8 for Bucknell. 5:45 to go in the first half. Looks like we may have had a double block. In the field, you cannot do that, so 5 meter will be awarded to Bucknell. Ellie O'Mara will look to make a stop. Out in front and buries it to the left corner. Nicely done for Josh Yardley. His 26th of the season, his first of the game, makes it a Fordham lead down to 7-4. So 5 meters successful. An ordinary foul. Fordham under pressure. 1-on-2. Now everyone will retreat to the other end, right to left. Bucknell 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Trailed as many as 4. We do not hear that often here at Kinney Natatorium. Bucknell trailing by 4 goals. Bucknell in jeopardy of losing 4 consecutive games for the first time since October of 2017. And again, cannot deny Fordham. Number 6 in white, Jacopo Perea, a freshman out of Naples, Italy, makes it 8-4. Now you notice it's not going to be an easy season for Bucknell. Last season, not many teams could play due to COVID protocols and whether or not the institution could even field the program due to safety concerns. The Ivy League didn't even have athletic competition 2020-21. 3 seconds left in the hole. A lot of splashing. And covered up by Fordham. The Rams will be going left to right. So Fordham, during the Bruno Classic, defeated Harvard 10-8. That was Harvard's first regular season loss since 2018, snapping a 34-game regular season win streak for Ted Minnis Crimson. You're looking at the last two teams to defeat Harvard, Bucknell in the NCAA tournament opening round in 2019, and Fordham during the first weekend of the season. Harvard did not play last season due to athletic competition not happening in the Ivy League. Now, in the left flat, shot clock at 5. We'll take it. Bounced out of play by O'Mara. 2-meter for the Bison. Couple minutes remaining in the first half. 8-4 is the score. Favor number 20, Fordham. Boy, with a lot of institutions back this season, it's not going to be easy trying to head up the mountain. And that was a foul on Bucknell, so no good. Fordham will get it back. Fordham 2 seasons ago, 24-8. Right now at 4-3. Could be on its way to another superb season. There's a nice opening, but the post denies that shot for the Rams. It had been a bit of a scary situation for Bucknell. Bison now need a run. Going to have a 6-on-5 for Bucknell. Exclusion foul. On Fordham. Limited time remaining here in the first half. 4-goal lead for the Rams of the Bronx. Sails out of play. Goal throw coming for Bailey O'Mara. That does not cross the plane. And boy, the keeper making a lot of mistakes. Adrian Tuzo had a few games during the abbreviated winter 2021 season in which he had to make at least 8 saves. And Bucknell is not accustomed to losing conference openers under John McBride. Forcing another exclusion foul, so another power play to come for the Bison. And we'll take it to the 5, back around 6 meters up top. Do another dry pass around the perimeter. Takes the shot off the post. It hasn't been Bucknell's game so far, that's for sure. Bucknell had a 1-goal lead at point in the first quarter, and then Fordham stretched out its 4-3 first quarter lead. Way out in front, and Tuzo fortunate that was off the crossbar. The shot clock is now unplugged for the Bison. And the halftime speech probably not going to be pleasant for John McBride, who is a feisty coach. He wants to make sure he hammers in the necessary information so you don't make the same mistake over and over again. Fordham should feel pretty good about itself entering halftime. Now we'll take a shot, and that will do it for the first half. The score is now Fordham in white 8, Bucknell in dark 4. So 4 in the first, 4 in the second for Fordham. 3 in the first, 1 in the second for Bucknell. In terms of shots, even. Fordham has 12, Bucknell 11. Shooting percentage, Fordham 6.67, Bucknell 3.64. The Rams have had 4 exclusions compared to 1 for Bucknell. So Rams had to be careful. Each team had their share of penalty shots. No one has multiple exclusions. Kukias and Papanikolaou with multiple goals for Fordham, while Bucknell has goals by Lewis, Yardley, Mogote, and Ozer. It's 8-4, number 20 Fordham over Bucknell as we are at halftime. Now, here is a tip of the week with Wolf Weigo.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, 3-time Olympian and co-founder of Cap 7, and today we're going to talk about when and when not to call a timeout and the strategies behind that. Timeouts are a critical part of the game, and being prepared can really help you maximize your opportunities. I found when calling a timeout, you have certain things prepared before the game. So maybe it's my best 5-on-6. So I've got my 5 players that I would want in the pool. If the other team calls a timeout, I'm ready to put those players in, bring out some of my players who might be better on offense, but weak on defense, and I can get my best 5 players in, or my best 6 players if it's a front court. There wasn't an exclusion and there's a timeout. So I can be ready to make some changes. And similarly, if I'm calling the timeout and I have a power play, or if I'm running a play in the front court and I have certain players that aren't in the pool when I call the timeout that I want to run a specific play, then I'll have that handy, be able to look at it real quick and not have to think about it as I want to talk about other things and focus on motivating the team as well. So when using a timeout, a couple things to think about is it's not just about the play you're going to set up at that moment. You could talk about the motivation of the team, why they need to fight harder, why they need to press harder. So really getting the team motivated. Some coaches will take the time to yell at a certain player or a couple players and really try and use that motivation to get the team fired up or make a point. You also want to let the team know what happens beyond the immediate next 20 seconds of the possession. So if you do score, this is how we're going to play off the line. Watch for picks, certain play the other team might have, and if you don't score, also what you're going to be thinking about as the remaining minutes of the period of the game.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out our new CWPA Remote Series Professional Edition. On the CWPA YouTube channel, we have Olympian George Groves Jr. interviewing water polo alum from a variety of schools and professions. We take a look at how water polo helped them in college and beyond. The complete first season is now available. Season 2 is coming soon, so be sure to like and subscribe. First quarter was pretty close, 4-3 Fordham over Bucknell, and then a 4-1 second quarter run has given the Rams a 4-goal edge. Reigning MAWPC Rookie of the Week, George Papanikolaou, a couple of goals. Demetrius Kukias also with some as well. Fordham, the 4-goal lead, trying to improve to 5-3 on the season. Interesting to note, the last time Bucknell dropped a conference opener had been here at Kinney Natatorium to, guess who? Fordham. And there was a score of 17-15 to open up the 2019 conference season. Bucknell has won 4 consecutive home games, has not dropped a home contest since November 10th, 2019. 11-10 on Senior Day to George Washington. And Fordham, with a win here, would make a big statement as we are entering conference play. Now Fordham, after this weekend, takes on Navy September 26th, then has some non-conference out west in California toward the end of the month and the beginning of October. Fordham now going right to left in white, Bucknell left to right in dark. Teams have swapped ends. Fordham now on the attack, and looks like there was a little push. Fordham now on the 6-on-5. It looks like Brian Bacharach will call a timeout. 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. 8-4 Fordham in white. Check out collegiatewaterpolo.org to stay up to date on league news, schedules, and new initiatives as we continue to grow the sport of water polo. Scott S. DeWice here on the CWPA network. This is the 2021 Bucknell Invitational, hosted by Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Currently in our first game of the tournament, 2-day tournament. This is MAWPC East action. Conference opener between number 15 and host Bucknell and number 20 Fordham. This is the 5th straight game for Bucknell playing against a ranked opponent. So it hasn't been easy for the Bison. 3 losses in a row. 14-10 to Harvard, 18-10 to Princeton, 16-4 to number 3 Stanford. Stanford, title contender year after year in the NCAA. Now the power play for Fordham out of the timeout. Oh, that had a lot of sizzle. High 5 around for Papa Nicanau to make it now 9-4. George Papa Nicanau, a freshman out of Athens, Greece, providing the lightning. 5-goal edge now for Fordham. Bucknell 43-5 in regular season conference play dating back to 2016. And right now, this is uncharacteristic for the Bison. Trying to get the pounce in there. And O'Mara stashes it away. Fordham now on the attack, heading right to left in white. Rams feeling really confident right now. Inside 6 meters, dribbling ahead. Fires, can't stop him right now. That's a goal for Jacopo Perea, the freshman of Naples, Italy, to make it 10-4. It's the 10th straight game now in which Bucknell has conceded double figures. Last time the Bison yielded single tallies had been the 2021 Winter MAWPC Championship game, 11-3 win over LaSalle, which no longer has varsity water polo. And Fordham really out to a good start in the third with a 2-0 third quarter run. Another exclusion foul on the Bison. Now the Rams really pouring it on here in Lewisburg. September 18th, 2021. Bucknell could not afford another gaffe. We'll see if this could start something new. 10-4, number 20 Fordham in white. Around halfway through the third quarter in our first game of the tournament. Wagner versus Salem to come following this game at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern. O'Mara will take it back. O'Mara with 3 saves so far. Coaches on the sidelines are wearing masks. In fact, fans, in order to come here, regardless of vaccination, I believe have to be masked for the most part. And it is an offensive foul called on Bucknell. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 0 in the third for the Bison. Fordham 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 so far in the third. Freshman George Papanicka now with at least 4 goals, we believe. He's got at least 20 on the season. Fed in the hole and bounces to the back of the cage for another Fordham score. And it's Christos Lupakis, the sophomore out of Athens, Greece, getting in on the action. Fordham now up 11-4 over the host Bison. The largest lead of the game now at 7 for Fordham. Right now, Bucknell on the verge of losing its 4th straight game and dropping back-to-back games with single figures. And apparently, Fordham doesn't care that it has lost 44 more games than won in this all-time series. It's just numbers, and right now Fordham setting up numbers with an 11-4 lead. Fordham right now number 20 in the nation in terms of ranking. Now at the top, that's shanked left out of play for a Bucknell goal throw. Bucknell would have to look forward to taking on Wagner at 4 p.m. today, 8-1 all-time against the Seahawks of Staten Island, New York. However, in the 2017 MAWPC Championship Tournament semifinals, Wagner got the best of then top seed Bucknell. And that team had Kieran Woolahan, who is the current head coach of Wagner. So Woolahan knows what it takes to beat the Bison. And that's a little squeaker, and it finds the hole. And that's a goal for Matt Rickman, a freshman out of Caracas, Venezuela, to make it 11-5 Fordham in white with 3:17 to play in the third. So down to a 6-goal difference. And that Princeton invite Bucknell is coming off, which it went 1-3. In the loss to Princeton, 18-10, Princeton started the game on a 9-1 run. So it's all about runs. Free in a shot clock, and you can't deny the Rams. Cannot. Goal from number 7, Curtis Vindenoff, the junior from Clovis, California. It's 12-5 now. In favor of Fordham. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third for the Rams in white. Bucknell, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. We have not seen attacker Andu Vlashanu get on the board yet for Bucknell. 11 goals away from 100 in his career. Bounced out of play off the keeper for Fordham, so 2 meter for Bucknell. Bucknell resets, but down 7 has to get going. That is an exclusion foul called on Fordham with the touch. Bucknell now on the 6-on-5. Fakes, now sends it up top. 13 on the shot clock. Even strength. Blocked down. I believe that's backup keeper now for Fordham, if I'm not mistaken. It's Bailey O'Mara. Able to fend off shots in the first half. 2 on the clock. Shot clock violation on Bucknell. Another timeout will be called here for Fordham. Minute 12 remaining in the third period of play. It's number 20 Fordham in white, 12. Number 15 Bucknell in white, 5. We'll keep it here. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on social media for all the latest updates of what is happening around the league. Make sure to check us on Twitter at CWPA Water Polo. Looks like now it will set up the 6-on-5. Fordham in control with the rock. Another dry pass. Take it up top. Inside 6 meters. There's the pass. Lost the handle. Looks like it was going to be very close to a ball under on Bucknell. Possibly Fordham. Unfortunate that time. Exclusion foul called against the Rams. So Bucknell will take time aside to set up the play with under a minute left in the third. Boy, John McBride here. Couple of NCAA tournaments under his belt. Now, here is an interesting note. Each of Bucknell's last 12 losses involved conceding 10 or more goals. Last time losing with 9 or fewer goals was October 8th, 2018, 9-8 at Harvard. So when Bucknell concedes 10 or more goals That usually spells trouble for the Bison of Bucknell on the power play. Looking to get into a groove, or start getting in a groove. Set up, blocked in the field, succumbed by the Rams. Under 10 on the shot clock. Goalies are allowed to cross the half-distance area. We'll take the shot, push aside, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. The score is now number 20 Fordham in the Whitecaps 12. Number 15 Bucknell, the host, in the Dark 5. Not a good start to conference play right now for Bucknell. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter when we return.
Hi, I'm Jack Owen, and here's this week's goalie tip of the week. Today we're going to take a look at attacking a front court offense when you have a right-handed player at the left-handed wing. And one of the things that we want to think about as goalies is always honoring the shooter, but also thinking a half a step ahead of them. So when you have a right-handed player at a bad angle down on this side of the pool, instead of honoring them at the perfect geometric angle here, we can cheat back and still honor the shooter. Because if I'm here and he makes a pass across the field of play, I'm hung out to dry. And so instead, I'm going to cheat off of him a little bit geometrically to here. Now you can see my body's still honoring him. I'm not here or on my back. My shoulders are squared to the shooter. But if I'm in a game situation now and he makes the pass here, I'm set on the shooter. Whereas if he shoots, my body is still balanced to make the save. For more goalie tips, check out Collegiate Water Polo Association's video library.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weiger with Cap 7. There's one more quarter to go in this game. Fourth quarter coming up now.
The Alumni Initiative is an important program established by the CWPA. We ask graduating seniors to get involved after their collegiate seasons are over by becoming a referee, mentor, coach, or financial supporter. By engaging our alumni after graduation, we can add programs, make playing more fun, and reduce participation costs. If you or someone you know is interested, make sure to contact the CWPA office at 610-277-6787 or office at collegiatewaterpolo.org. So 12-5 Fordham. Fordham trying to improve to 5-48 all-time against the Bison. And the Bison, we mentioned it earlier, have owned regular season play in the division. 43-5 since the start of 2016 season. Fordham wins the tip to begin our final period of regulation. Bucknell on the cusp of dropping 4 straight games for the first time since October of 2017. Most of these players haven't been in school yet. Post-secondary, that is. Blocked in the field. Bucknell now needs to have a run for the ages. Looks like it will be a 6-on-5 for Bucknell, so that's how you need to get things going. So 6-on-5 for 9 more seconds. There's the cross inside 6 meters. Oh, fire in the hole! You betcha. Dork Ozer the reigning MAWPC Player of the Year, his second of the game, to make it now 12-6. Bucknell within 6 now. Bucknell is in dark. Fordham in white. That's how you need to start a rally. There will be an exclusion foul on Bucknell. Well, Fordham has done something right. Yield just 1 goal to Josh Yardley. And Fordham able to cast one inside. Looks like it's number 9, perhaps. Lucas Nieto Yazni, the freshman of Barcelona, Spain, to make it 13-6 now, with 6:45 remaining in regulation. Yardley has had games of 4 goals, 6 goals, 3 goals, but this could be the second consecutive game in which Josh Yardley might be held to a single tally. Bucknell right now heading left to right in dark. John McBride will talk it over with the Bison. 6:19 remaining here in the game. It's 13-6 Fordham. On the CWPA scoreboard, number 18 Harvard got the best of George Washington 14-5. So Harvard now 7-1 this season, with its lone loss 10-8 during the Bruner Classic a couple of weekends ago to Fordham. So coming up next after this game on the CWPA network, we plan on bringing you Game 2 of the Bucknell Invitational, the Wagner Seahawks and Salem Tigers. Wagner 3-5 on the season, Salem 1-3. Gotta watch out for Nikola Christonosak, freshman for Salem. 17 goals in his first 4 games. It's a player to watch for Salem. Bucknell, even strength doesn't matter. Bucknell will bury it anyway. Looks like Jack Lewis with another. At least 2 for number 3 in dark. Now Bucknell pulls within 6. It's 13-7. Over 5 minutes to play here in regulation. Gotta be careful now. There's a wide opening to the left side. Bucknell able to retreat. Wagner will be entering its game against Salem, winners of 3 of 4. Salem and Wagner have not faced off against each other this season. 3 seconds left from distance. Hadlow answering the call. Number 21, Hassan Mugatai, a freshman from Istanbul. Another goal. Pulls in with 5 now, with 5:13 to go. Don't go away, folks. Bucknell is starting to figure things out. It's a 3-1 scoring run in this 4th quarter for the host, Bison. In NCAA varsity of athletics outside of water polo, Bucknell Patriot League, Fordham Atlantic 10. Bucknell of Lewisburg, PA, Fordham of the Bronx, New York. Bucknell taking on another team from the 5 boroughs. Wagner at 4 p.m. of Staten Island. 8-1 all-time, I believe, against the Seahawks. Bucknell is. Easy pickings for the keeper for Bucknell. Bucknell not looking to waste any time. Heading left to right in dark. Ordinary foul. We'll set up around 6 meters. We'll take it from distance off the pipes. Now we'll set up ahead. This tournament also features Mount St. Mary's, St. Francis, Brooklyn. Mount St. Mary's made its debut in the winter 2021 season, finished 3rd place in MAWPC West. The Mountaineers participating this season in MAWPC East will have stiff competition to face. Off the chest of the Fordham keeper, and the Rams looking to maintain momentum. 3 in the first, 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth for Fordham. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth for Bucknell. Fordham, no particular rush. And that is out of play, but off the keeper for a 2-meter for Fordham. This is the 5th straight game Fordham has scored double figures. It started with a 25-5 win over Mercyhurst at the Bruno Classic a couple weekends ago. And that was the first time Fordham had 23 or more goals since September of 2016. Well, that was picked off. It was not a valiant effort there for Bucknell. I'm sure Bucknell's going to look back at this game and realize it made way too many mistakes. Had some openings that could have capitalized, could not. 2:46 remaining here in Game 1 of this Bucknell Invitational. It's Fordham, the 20th ranked program, in white 13, Bucknell, number 15 in dark 8. You're watching the Bucknell Invitational on the CWPA network. Thanks to Cap 7. We are bringing it to you free. Make sure to check out our website, collegiatewaterpolo.org, for schedules, streaming, updates, and more. Boy, I'm sure Fordham is feeling pretty good about itself right now, and Bucknell just needs to focus on finishing the game and then move on to take on Wagner later this afternoon. Now, dating back to 2016, since the formation of the MAWPC, Bucknell has always come in first in the regular season, so you know the Bison are going to be hungry to rebound. Fordham heading right to left now in white. Rams taking on Mercyhurst at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Mercyhurst needs to be careful. And the Lakers are on a 7-game losing streak dating back to last season. That one was heading out of play. Full throw here for Bucknell. That was out by Fordham. Bucknell, though, takes the skipper. There was an opening, but recovered by the Rams. In terms of shots, Fordham 20, Bucknell 16. That's a .650 shooting percentage for Fordham. And that's how you get the job done. making nearly 2/3 of your shots. 7 exclusions for Fordham compared to 5 by Bucknell. Fortunately, no cards have been issued. Be a shot clock violation. Smart play for Fordham. As we'll go back to Bucknell. Should the result hold, Fordham will improve to 5-3. Bucknell will lose its 4th straight and drop to 3-6. So only for the 5th time in 53 meetings, Fordham is going to be victorious over the Bison. That will result in a shot clock violation. Actually, that was dunked to the corner. And now, timeout by Bucknell, maybe to substitute players. Get in the players who don't get a lot of action, who don't want to burn energy from your players. Minute and change left here in our opener. And hopefully we have lots of more great action here at the Bucknell Invitational. It's also opening weekend of the CWPA Men's Club slate, having Collegiate Club men's games for the first time since November of 2019. If I'm not mistaken, Lindenwood not on the schedule for Missouri Valley. So, when Missouri Valley had its club championship, if it hadn't, there would be a new champion. Nope. There was a foul. No goal for Bucknell. Rams with under a minute to play now. Can just soak it in. So make that 43-6 in conference regular season games dating back to 2016 now for Bucknell. And for Fordham, a sweet victory to improve to 5-3 on the campaign, with one more game to play today for each team. Set inside. There'll be an exclusion on Fordham. So one thing Fordham did right was shut down Josh Yardley, who had 1 goal as of now in this game. Entered the game with a team leading 25. But Bucknell will add one on by Jack Lewis with a couple in this one. It's 13-9. With the 2-time reigning MAWPC champs about to drop 4th straight game. So nicely done for the team from the Bronx. The final score of Game 1 of the Bucknell Invitational. Whoops. There we go. Guess our scoreboard not used to this outcome. Final score. Number 20 Fordham in white, 13 Bucknell, the 15th ranked team in dark 9. Fordham improves to 5-3 on the season. Bucknell drops its 4th straight, now 3-6. Thank you for tuning in to CWPA Network's free remote broadcast, courtesy of Cat 7 and the Collegiate Water Polo Association. Our next game up is to start at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Game 2, Wagner Seahawks and Salem Tigers. Stay tuned and check out collegiatewaterpolo.org to stay up to date on league news, schedules, and new initiatives as we continue to grow the sport. Again, the final score here in Game 1 of the Bucknell Invitational. Fordham in white, 13. Bucknell in dark 9. I'm Scott Samuel Weiss. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have more of the Bucknell Invitational to come on the CWPA Network. Don't go away.